We have a bunch of Xbox news to get to, from a Game Pass game getting delayed to some more information on how Diablo is going to handle microtransactions, and a bunch of games just added to PC Game Pass. All right, guys, before we get into this, I have 4 months to hit my goal of 10,000 subscribers. I see a lot of you are new to this channel. If you are, please consider hitting that subscribe button if you enjoy this video. So QuakeCon, it kicked off yesterday and we got a lot of information from a lot of Bethesda titles that are coming out, or classic games that you're now going to have access to. One of the biggest things at QuakeCon that we did see, besides what we're going to talk about here, was a deep 20-minute video about Redfall, and the game looks absolutely incredible. I actually cannot wait for Redfall to come out. But besides that, they also announced that they were going to be giving us a bunch of games into PC Game Pass. So either older games, but games that people on PC will definitely like to jump into and check out. So there's going to be Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Quake 4, Wolfenstein 3D, An Elder Scrolls Legend Battlespire, and The Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard, all coming into PC Game Pass, available right now for you to go and check out. And there will be a Game Pass perk that comes along with this, which will allow you to unlock all of the champions in Quake Champions. And they've also added some free titles and some paid titles to the Microsoft Store. So in terms of the free titles, there's the Elder Scrolls Arena, the Elder Scrolls Daggerfall, and Quake Champions. And then Heretic, Serpent Riders, Hexen Beyond Heretic, and Hexen Death Kings will be available to purchase on the Microsoft Store. So just a big dump of games coming over to PC Game Pass to check out kind of the legacy of where a lot of these games come from. And then Quake Champions, you want to jump in, you want to play through that, you want to have some fun playing some multiplayer, unlocking all the champions and using all of the different abilities and skills within the game. You're going to be able to jump in and do that. And like I said, that Redfall trailer, it is 20 minutes long. It gives you a deep dive into pretty much everything about the game, and they're talking about just the development, the atmosphere, all those types of things, and it looks really, really good. Redfall looks like it is ready to go pretty much. They're just obviously waiting for that polishing to come out so that the game was going to be released without bugs and people are going to be able to jump in and have a ton of fun right away. So lots to look forward to going forward to 2023, and it all starts now with these games coming to PC Game Pass that were announced at QuakeCon. Now jumping over here to some news about Diablo 4. Now Diablo 4, when they showed it off at the Xbox and Bethesda showcase, I thought was a highlight of the show. It was one of the best looking games that we saw. Gameplay looked incredible. The upgrading, the graphics looks really, really good, and the game is going to be a ton of fun. If you're a Diablo fan, I don't think Diablo 4 is going to disappoint, but we have seen some stuff with Blizzard. We have seen some stuff with Diablo Immortal, the mobile version of the game, that people have been really complaining about microtransactions and just the insane prices and the insane amount of money that people are paying to get certain things within Diablo Immortal. The hopes are that would not transfer over to Diablo 4, and it looks like that is going to be the case, as we have information on what they're going to be doing with the season passes as well as the cosmetic, and how you're going to be able to access these cosmetics, and if there will be anything that you have to pay to actually upgrade and pay for power in order to improve your game within Diablo 4. It says here that Diablo 4 will have a season pass, and there will be free and paid tiers that will obviously provide extra rewards if you go to that premium season pass. And the season pass obviously is meant to provide extra rewards as players complete it. I mean, going through the free and the paid, there will be a discrepancy between the things you're going to be unlocking. And it seems like it's going to be pretty in-depth, as there's an army of developers working on this. I'm sure they're going to want to make a season pass that is enticing, because that's going to keep people coming back and continuously playing the game. Something that I think once Diablo comes over to Xbox Game Studios, and if the season pass is great and it's done well, I think stuff like this, 343, Halo Infinite, developers within Xbox Game Studios right now can take some lessons from what Blizzard does, what Activision does, what Bethesda does, in terms of how they keep players engaged over long seasons for a singular product. Now, when it comes to powering up, this was one of the things with Diablo Immortal where you could actually pay a ton of money and get certain gems, and then that would power up your character and give you a big advantage. That is not going to be the case in Diablo 4. It says here the season pass does not include any pay for power rewards, but it does feature gameplay boosts in the free tiers, which any players can unlock like seasonal boosts that can earn you XP at a faster rate, and players can purchase tiers in the season pass, and any free gameplay boosts require specific milestones to use. And I mean, I'm not surprised about this. It would have been crazy to put microtransactions within Diablo 4 for extra power within the game, especially because this is going to be a full price game for anyone who wants to play it if you're not on Xbox Game Pass. I'm assuming this game is jumping right into Xbox Game Pass when it is released, or very shortly after it is released, depending on whenever the deal is passed through with the Activision Blizzard. And with Diablo Immortal, it was free to play, so they had to add in, I guess, some even more incentive for people to want to go and spend money, and paying for power, pretty much paying to win. Still, although it's a terrible tactic and I do not like it, still really incentivizes a lot of people to want to just spend that money and then bypass the grinding it takes to get more and more powerful. And if we go down here, we see a difference between the cosmetic only options that you can pay for if you so choose. And you can see here on the left, this is going to be the legendary armor set earned by playing the game. And then you're going to have the set here on the right, which is the cosmetic that can be purchased from the shop. And I mean, to me, I couldn't care less if they have pay for cosmetics. I'm not really into the cosmetics and paying a bunch of money to have my character look a certain way. I have no problem grinding to unlock certain cosmetics for my characters. But I think here, you take a look at this, I actually like the one on the left more than I do the one on the right. So I'm completely cool with what they're doing here. Obviously, they're completely different in the way and the different styles of the cosmetics that they are going to have, depending on if it's free or if it's premium. But hey, I think they both look great. And again, like I said, I'm okay. People want to spend their money and choose to spend their money on upgrading the way that their character just looks within the game, as long as it doesn't affect the gameplay, as long as it doesn't take away from the enjoyability of playing these games and doing the grind and all that type of stuff. So Diablo 4, I'm very excited for. We don't have an official release date yet. I do not believe. I think it is going to be coming out in 2023. It says here, Diablo 4 is currently scheduled to launch at some point in the first half of 2023. So hey, let's hope that when this game launches, it does launch to Xbox Game Pass, and it would be a great game to kind of coincide with the Activision Blizzard deal closing and becoming part of Xbox Game Studios. So Xbox Game Pass, one of the best features is cloud gaming, being able to play games anywhere. We always talk about being able to play games on your phone, but another place that you can play Xbox Cloud Gaming is just via the browser, and it has clarity boost, which is an awesome feature via the browser. And it looks like they are going to be adding another quality of life feature. We did see this earlier, but it looks like it is now getting closer, as this is a tweet from Clobril saying, it looks like Xbox is preparing keyboard and mouse support on Xbox Cloud Gaming for selected games. The Xbox app on PC received an update today, adding a search bar to the cloud gaming category, including a keyboard and mouse indicator. And you can see here the keyboard and mouse indicator, and this screenshot is directly from the actual Xbox app, where you can access cloud gaming as well. So you're going to have that option between the browser and between the Xbox app to play Xbox Cloud Gaming. But I think this is going to be a very good additional thing that gives people just more options on how they want to play these games, rather than have to connect a Bluetooth controller when you're on your PC. And if we go through the comments here, we do see something else that could be interesting. And this is Ben from Videotech saying here, do you think it is possible Microsoft will announce a host of new features for xCloud at Gamescom? I'm mostly talking about streaming owned titles. Now this, and then he puts down here, did an app dump and some new localization added relating to this. Sounds like it's shipping out very soon. 25 games will have support at launch according to the app, which is talking about the games that are going to actually be able to use the PC and mouse with Xbox Cloud Gaming without having to connect that controller. It says here, no controller. Now play 25 plus games instantly with mouse and keyboard on Cloud Gaming. Play 100 plus console games on your PC. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So right there, we have an idea of probably what they're going to announce when they tell us about this feature. But that is a good question. Will there be more stuff coming at Gamescom around Xbox Cloud Gaming and Xbox Game Pass? I definitely think there will be. We've already seen those hints of like Death Stranding coming, and we've seen leaks about being able to play games that you already own on Xbox Cloud Gaming, although they have announced that we haven't gotten a timeline of when it's going to be available. We've seen that sort of already coming out. So I think they're getting ready for some big announcements for Gamescom in terms of Game Pass, in terms of quality of life features. So it should be pretty exciting as we get closer to the event. And then finally, we have this, some bad news, but at the same time, some news that isn't as bad as it could be, because there is a delay. It is for High on Life, but it is still coming out in 2022. This was a game they showed off at the Xbox Bethesda Showcase, a highlight for a lot of people. I'm really excited for it. The game looks just like a ton of fun with some great humor and everything. But here's what they say. We have good news and bad news. Feel free to choose the option you prefer to read first. We won't meddle with your free will. The good news, High on Life is still coming in 2022. The team at Squanch Games is working hard towards developing the best gaming experience to hit your screens, and a little extra time to squash some bugs never hurts. With that in mind, our new launch date is set for December 13th, 2022. The bad news, it's a game delay, sorry. Because we're making you wait an additional 6-ish weeks, please accept the linked animation as an apology. High on Life will be available Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, Windows PCs day one on Xbox Game Pass, PC Game Pass, and through Xbox Cloud Gaming. Thank you for your continued patience and support. So 6 more weeks, we will have to wait from the original release date for High on Life. I mean, it's still coming out in 2022. It's the year of delays. There are some games that we can pretty much guarantee are coming out this year. They're not Xbox exclusives or Xbox Game Pass day one games, but Saints Row next week. Unless something crazy happens, that's still coming out. And Gotham Knights just went gold, so you should be expecting Gotham Knights as well to be coming out in 2022. And it looks like A Plague Tale Requiem. They showed off some new gameplay as well. So it looks like that game is going to be making its October release. So there's still a ton of games to play in 2022 going into the last 4 months, but High on Life is just another one that's been delayed, but at least it's still coming out this year. But that's it for me, guys. Let me know your thoughts on all of this stuff, all this Xbox news. What do you think about Diablo and what they're doing with the paid cosmetics? Are you disappointed High on Life has been delayed? Are you going to be playing any of those games that got announced coming to Game Pass from QuakeCon? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and you liked what you saw, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.